this reading are listed in the description box below if you are interested. So, Gemini, I'm really going to try to focus in on who you were in the past life that's going to come through, your personality, your quality of life, what you did, what your relationships were like. So I'm going to pull 3 past life oracle cards to start building your tarot story of your past life. And I'm going to pull the cards more before I really get into it so I can see what's going on. Alright, so we have ships. Maybe some of you were a pirate or a sailor or on the water a lot. Trust and faith and health. Alright, well, those cards all by themselves could mean so many different things. So, just looking at them before we really get into your story, what did those mean to you? Does the imagery or what's said on these cards trigger anything within you? So I'm going to pull a court card here to see what your zodiac sign was in your past life that's coming through in this reading. Ooh, we have the Master of Crystals. So this is Capricorn energy, and that of the divine masculine aspect of the Capricorn energy. Okay, so you guys were Capricorns. Now, if you have Capricorn in your South Node in your astrology chart, this reading will be especially strong for you and may even be speaking directly to the incarnation you had before the life you're experiencing right now. So you guys are coming through as Capricorn energy. So let's pull another card to see what your personality was like as a Capricorn. This is somebody who's very solid and stable. To me, Capricorns are good with money. They always have money. If they don't, it's not to say they can't struggle, but they're very resourceful, and it's just like they always have money. And I've met many wealthy people who are Capricorns, so that energy is Earth, and it is about abundance and providing for many. We have the Sisters of the Season, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, Divine Order. So your personality was somebody who couldn't be forced or pushed or rushed into anything. You really moved through life by the promptings of your soul. Now, we do have trust and faith here, but I don't feel like the promptings of your soul were like you were psychic or anything like that. I feel you just had an unconscious understanding of yourself and your place in the universe, and I don't really feel like you thought a lot about religion and things like that. You just had this natural connection with the universe, but it wasn't a conscious thing. And I do think you prayed. You may have ascribed yourself to a religion, but it wasn't like your primary focus, okay? You just had this natural sense of things always work out the way they're supposed to, especially with the Sisters of the Season coming through. If anything, you probably would have been spiritual and maybe following the religion of Buddhism, okay? Something like that, where you feel connected to the universe and to nature, and you follow your path through internal promptings. And nobody could force you to do anything whatsoever. You were probably very stubborn in that aspect. If it didn't chime within you, you wouldn't do it. If it didn't feel like the right moment, the right timing, you wouldn't do it. Like, you had those internal promptings, but you would never have considered yourself like psychic or intuitive or anything like that. All right, you saw the universe and life in a very unique way, actually. I'm just trying to articulate this because it's interesting where you're not super religious or spiritual, but yet the way you moved through life was kind of in coordinate to that, but you didn't ascribe to any particular thing. It was just, you were very grounded within yourself and you made good choices, okay? So let's pull some vintage wisdom oracle to look at personality traits of yours, for the good or the bad, right? Because there's good and bad in everybody. But who was Gemini in this past life? We have trust and wisdom. Yeah, we have trust times 2 now. So you were an honest person that people could count on, all right? You weren't somebody who was flaky, gossipy, stabbed people in the back. That just was not your energy at all. You were a very solid, mature type of energy. It feels very masculine. For some of you, you were a man, okay? But since this is general, obviously you weren't all a man, but it's just a very masculine Capricorn energy that's grounded and honest and true. And with wisdom here, I'm not surprised. Like I said, your soul, like, you were connected into it and it guided you, it prompted you, but you were not aware of that. It was such a unconscious thing, but you just followed it. And again, you really just were connected to the universe and felt like life had its own flow, like a river, and you were just a vessel on that river following the stream. And anything that would try to like buck that current, you weren't interested. Like, I'm just gonna flow. And oh, that makes so much sense now with the ships. Yes, you just flowed through life. Your energy, it was just wise. You might have even had some philosophy that you shared with others. We have, health here, so you could have been like a therapist or a psychiatrist. This could be doctor, nurse, something along those lines, but we'll have to pull more cards before I decide on that. I just feel like your energy in general was a healing type of energy, warm, comforting. People felt safe in your presence. And so a lot of people looked to you for advice about life, not so much about like spiritual matters, but just advice about life in general. You were very intelligent. Like I said, you made very wise choices. And the reason why is because you just flowed, this natural flow. Very nice. So let's pull some Gaia Tarot to see what the predominant experiences you had in this life. Get more information about what this health could be. Alright, well, that's 3 right there, and we want 4, so I have to keep going till... Alright, I feel like it was that one right there. Okay. So, your predominant life experiences, we have this King of Air. So there was a very significant air sign in this past life. This could have been a partner romantically. This could have been like your best friend. This could have been a sibling. This could have been a business partner, something along those lines. This could have been a mentor. There was a very significant air person in your past life, and we have the Eagles here, and I attribute that to Aquarius I know somebody told me Scorpio, but that just doesn't really make sense to me because Scorpio is water and the bird is air. So to me, that is Aquarius. So I feel strongly like that this individual was an Aquarius. Look, and now we have faith. We have trust and faith twice. Wow. And we have maiden, and then we have union. Yeah. So I feel this air sign was your partner, okay? Because we have union. And with trust and faith here, again, I don't feel like you worried and fretted about things. You just had this natural sync with the universe, and when bad came your way, you accepted it for what it was and pushed through it and grew through it, and the good times, you relished them, you cherished them. I feel like this romantic union was beautiful, and for those of you that were male, this male Capricorn energy, I feel as though your partner, she was younger than you, but she was very wise because she's coming through as the king of air. And honestly, because we have this masculine energy and then another masculine energy here with this king of air, to me, this honestly is a relationship involving two men. Okay, so this could have been romantic, but for some of you, this was like a business partner, somebody who is just with you through life, and you guys were very successful in whatever you did, okay, because we have the union and we have these two male energies. But it could be that that was your romantic partner, okay? You could have been a gay male in your past life, but what I gotta say about that is it was beautiful love, okay? It was beautiful love. And if that was what's resonating with you, this faith and trust that came through ×2, I feel like it wasn't an acceptable thing, but you may have hit it, but you didn't listen to what anybody said. You have faith and trust in the universe, and you knew love was beautiful, and love is love, and that is that. And it was just lovely energy. I don't know, Gemini, it looks like a beautiful life so far. Let's see what else is going on here with some Gypsy cards. I love that faith and trust came out ×2. You're just very optimistic, very positive, very in tune, like with the natural flow of life. So wise. And people could just count on you. Maybe the advice that you offered was very healing. Some of you definitely could have been, traveling across the lands and the oceans of the world, just depending on what time frame you were born into, because there's nothing here that's really talking about a specific time frame. It's more talking about just you in general, who you were, and these experiences that you were having. So, we have surprise, sweetheart, faithfulness, and gift. Yeah. So far, Aries, Taurus, and now you are coming through super strong, talking about like this love relationship, and it was beautiful. Like Gemini, come on, there's no negative cards here. We have the union, we have sweetheart, we have faithfulness, we have surprise. So with surprise there, again, I feel like for some of you that was the fact that you were same sex, okay? But for others of you, aligning with this sweetheart put you in total awe and shock, and you just madly fell in love, and you guys were true blue to each other till the end. And then with gift here, this to me feels like you were well-to-do, or you felt very blessed in life, or you offered many blessings to others in life. So looking at all of these cards, you had a comfortable, happy life that flowed so beautifully and peacefully, and you were just aware of that, and you were a gorgeous person inside and out. People could trust you. You were honest. You were grounded. You could provide for your family. You could provide for others. And I just feel like you were a philosopher, like a teacher, a professor, a therapist, somebody in a position of power where you are offering advice or direction to help them out in whatever area of their life they've come to seek help from you, and this could be like you were a business advisor where you go into a business and you see how everything works and you tell them how they need to make it all better. But with health here, I don't know, I don't get a big sense of like you were a doctor or a nurse. It's different than that. The health, if you were offering any sort of service to help people, it would be like expanding their mind, their consciousness, really good advice type of energy coming through at this card. You were just so connected into the universe, but I don't feel like you were like super religious or spiritual. I don't. You just were naturally connected in, and you just moved that way, and it worked for you. And so that's why, all people's ideas and everything, it didn't really penetrate you, because you're like, no, I just move through life and it works for me, and I live a good life and I'm happy. And you were just very in love till the end, like faithfulness, true blue till the end. So we have trust and faith, faith and faithfulness. Yeah. Wow, I love it. I love your reading so far, Gemini. I know there's not a lot of like super glamorous things coming through, but honestly, this looks like a really good, happy life, which, nice, who doesn't want that? And you really loved one person, and you guys were true to each other, and I mean, come on, we know how hard that is. So true love for Gemini coming through in this past life. So we're gonna look at the cycle of your soul here. Now, you have the Seven of Flames. So what I feel about this is you're nearing, kind of coming into the last quadrant of your cycle of your soul that this life includes, along with the life that you are living right now. When you were experiencing this, you were, coming into that like last quarter of your soul cycle. And based on the energy, it's like you are on top of the wheel. You were living a very abundant, very happy life. Some of you were traveling and saw the world. You just look like you were very well-to-do, and there was a lot like just going on in your life. But it was more about, your focus was more about like the human experience, the physicality of life, especially coming through as a Capricorn. It wasn't so much about, spirituality and the non-physical. That just really didn't factor into this experience. That's not the energy you were working with. Doesn't mean that's not the energy of your soul. It's just not what you were working with in this lifetime. You were focused on love, pure love, true love, honest love, like believing that we are soulmates, we are twin flames. I will walk this path till the end. Just like Johnny Cash song, I walk the line for you. Like that is the love that is in this relationship right here. And it is so strong that it just keeps talking about it over and over and over in every card. Like that was your predominant focus, was this romantic relationship. Whatever it was about this experience, it was really growing your soul, adding to what you're working on in this entire soul cycle, okay? So let's pull a crystals card to see what was your financial path. I mean, it looks like you were comfortable here, but I mean, maybe you were just really happy with life and content in life and grounded in life, that it's like finances, money didn't really matter. Let's see. Well, we have the Eight of Crystals. So this is the Apprentice card, and this is saying that whatever you are amazingly proficient at in this lifetime that you're experiencing right now is because of all the work that you did in lifetimes before, okay? With this card, you were able to provide for yourself. You were very intelligent and smart in whatever it was that you were doing as a profession, okay? You may have even taught others. I did say professor, teacher with this energy, so some of you did teach others, advise others, like very strong with this card, but you were comfortable financially, okay? You had, there's 8 crystals here, okay? So you may have had multiple sources of income, or you just were very wise with your money and it multiplied several times, okay? But what you had in this past life, you earned, you worked for it. It does not look like you were just born into it. You earned it, you worked for it, okay? So let's take a look and see what your emotional connections with others looked like. Wow, we have the 10 of Cups. I guess I'm not surprised to see this, because the love that's so present in this reading, okay, so strong, so present. This is the ultimate happiness card when it comes to all of your relationships and connections. You were just somebody that everybody liked, and you genuinely liked everybody, and all your relationships were very honest, very pure, very true, okay? There's not like all this crazy stuff going on. So let's take a look and see what your challenge was, because frankly, nothing has really come through as a challenge here. It just looks like you were happy and loved, like you were living a very good life. You loved this life, Gemini. Like, this is not a life where you were miserable at all or sad or anything. You were thinking, oh my God, like, how did I ever come into this? How am I so lucky? How am I so blessed to have all of this? Like, everything that I want is pretty much what you had, Gemini. Wow. I think I'm going to title this, like, you had it all, because you did. I mean, true love, or you had it all because you had love and money. Like, it's just really positive cards. So let's see what your challenge was. 4 of Orbs. So with this card, and I'm sorry for that loud sound outside. It's like a hot day, so, and it's winter, believe it or not, but it's like warm days, so I have the window open. So I apologize for that. Anyways, this here being your challenge, I think at times you just felt kind of segregated and disconnected from people, because you flowed with the natural current of life. Like, that's how you operated. It was just instinctual for you. And so many other people around you didn't really operate that way and, want to interject their opinions, their ideas, and you just found yourself where when you really needed direction and advice, nobody around you could really offer that to you, because you were the one offering that advice to everybody else. Like, you were the one keeping things together. You're the rock. You are the foundation. You are the provider. That's the energy of your reading here. And I feel like sometimes that, made you feel disconnected and segregated and different from other people. You could have experienced, some depression maybe at times, just like this loneliness of wishing other people could be on your level. For the most part, I feel like you were comfortable in that role of, being the provider for everybody, helping, being the rock, being the foundation. But at times, it did make you feel lonely, and you wished that somebody else could take on the role of everything that you were, okay? But it was temporary, and the moment passes, and that's honestly, as a challenge card, that is not a bad challenge at all. So Gemini, you really had a good life here, okay? You really had a good life. It was all about abundance on every level. And even though you had all of that, I don't feel like you ever lost yourself in that. It's like you were always aware of how lucky you were, how blessed you were, because you could see others that didn't have what you had, okay? So it's not like you were egotistical and selfish and thought you were higher than anybody else. No, you were just like, why me? Why, out of all the people in the world, what it is about me to have this life when I see all these other people that don't even have an ounce of what I experience? And you were just so aware of that, and you were giving, and you did share. We have gifts here, like you were giving, you shared, you just helped everybody. You were such a wonderful person. Like when you passed, there were so many people in mourning because you just, so many people looked up to you or counted on you for something, and you never flaked. You were there through and through until the end. Okay? So we're going to pull some major arcana to look at what karma, for the good or the bad, comes with you into this life from this past life incarnation. But karma is just a word like everybody can relate to and understand. I'm looking at this as more like energies from this experience that are really strong in your soul coming with you to this life to continue on, because you're not finished with this cycle of your soul. Like this life's connected to the one that you're experiencing now. Solar deity, yeah. This is the most positive card in the whole deck of the tarot, as far as I'm concerned. This here is talking about exactly how I've been describing you. Amazing human being that everybody could count on. You were like the sun in the sky, the foundation, the warmth, the provider, the protector. Always had the best advice, always knew what to say, always had a solution. You directed people. You sat in a position of power because of who and what you were. All right? This energy comes forth with you into the now. So this amazing being, that's still who you are, you know, this lifetime. And so maybe everything I've said here, you're like, well, damn, you're describing the life I'm living right now today. Maybe so, okay? But if that's the case, there are going to be aspects that are different, because even though you're working on this cycle of your soul, and so there will be a lot of similarities from this life that you had to what you're experiencing now, there's going to be a lot that's different because you're ever expanding, ever growing, ever shifting. But you, your soul, you are the sun, okay? The Tower. Now this is like shock and awe. So let's see what follows that. And the Chariot. Okay, so Gemini, with the Tower, there may be something that takes place in your life that completely shocks you, comes out of nowhere, or throws you off kilter, off balance. It could be something very disruptive, but ultimately, like, you are victorious. You overcome it. You will win. And this, whatever this shock is, or whatever happens to change up, and this could be for the good or the bad. It doesn't have to be something bad, honestly, because we have it, the sun and the Chariot sandwiching the Tower. I feel like this says, because of this beautiful person that you were in this incarnation, at some point in your current incarnation, something amazingly, shockingly good is like destined to happen for you, like 100% based on this lineup of cards. That's just how I feel. Like this does not feel like a shock bad energy. I mean, we all will experience things like that, but with this, it's like the sun and the Chariot, ultimate victory, bigger than you can imagine, like totally shocks the crap out of you. So there's something at some point in your life, this life, Gemini, where you come out on top, okay? You are victorious. Something just blows your mind, shocks you, and it's really, really good energy and karma from who you were in this life. Like, you were honest and true. That's like all I could say about you. Like, you were honest and true, and you were very in love with one person, and that person is probably present in your life today. This is such a beautiful love. So, Gemini, that is what I got for your